Okay, let's start our session. I hope so. My screen is visible. Yesterday we have practiced this test, and today we will move to our next practice test. Anybody who let me open the test, then we will start our practice. If anyone has question, you may ask. Anyone have any question related to this module? You may ask. Otherwise, we can move to our practice session. So, who would like to answer the part one question first? Okay, anyone who would like to answer the question? Alright, can you, if you, if anyone is willing to answer for part one question, you can unmute yourself and I can take the question. And if you want to take my test first, then I can also give. Ma'am Laiba, if you are saying something, your voice is not audible.
Ma'am, should I start?
Yes, you can start. You want to give the answer first, or you want to take?
Ma'am, actually, should I answer the first question or complete about swimming?
Sorry, I couldn't catch the question. Can you say it again?
Should I ask the first question? Did you learn to swim when you were a child?
If anyone is willing to give the answer first, then I can take the test. Otherwise, you can take the my entire practice test, and then I will answer first. If you not want to give the answer first.
Ma'am, you can give first.
Alright, I have shared the screen, and you can ask the question for me part by part. So you need to ask the test. I hope so you are familiar with this test, how it's work, and what are the structure and how many parts are there, right?
Ma'am, actually, I'm not familiar with speaking test.
All right, you just need to ask a question for me because there are three different parts here: part one, part two, and part three. So overall test lasts for 11 to 14 minutes and examiner asks the question. Part one topics are related to yourself, like examiner will ask about your hobbies, your work study. These are very common topics, but topics can be unfamiliar, swimming, language, hobbies, hometown. Apart from these, art, music, any other history, any topic like science can be in part one, but it should be about yourself. Like, do you like learning language? Have you learned any another language in your school? Have you learned any history subject when you were a child? So these are the questions from basically you. And then there are a couple of questions in part one. And before starting the part one, examiners sometimes ask about your name, ID card, and these are the just basic questions. So after these questions, there will be a part one, as I mentioned it about yours, like your hobbies, the topics which I have mentioned. But these are not the limited topic. There are variety of topics. However, when we talk about part 1, part 3, part 2 examiner will be give the cue card, and you can see that cue card. Whoever in part 1 and part 3 you are not able to see that cue card. So when you will give the examiner will give the cue card, then you need to prepare for 1 minute, like you can make the notes, and after that examiner will ask you to speak for 2 minutes. So and when the time will up, of speaking 2 minutes, examiner will stop you and start asking the follow-up question for part 3, and these questions will be related to part 2. So always whenever the part 3 question come in the exam, they will be related to part 2 questions. So you can say part 2 and part 3 questions will come with the same topic, while part 1 question will be different, and part 3 questions are related to about general discussion, general opinions. They're not asking about yourself, they're asking about general things, what's going, like how many like is technology is use is more common in your country. So like these questions, I hope so you got the idea. If you have any question, then you can ask it. Otherwise, you can start my test. Okay. Anyone who would like to take my test, like would like to ask part 1, part 2, and part 3 questions from me, or anyone who is willing to answer the questions as well.
Should I answer the questions?
Yes, if you want to answer the question, then you can. I can take the your test. But if you want to take my test, then you can also hear my examiner.
Okay.
Okay, let's. Can I start now?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's talk about swimming. Do you learn to swim when you were a child?
I once tried to learn swimming, but I discontinue because I can't go there on daily basis. There was a traveling issue.
How often do you go swimming now?
No, I don't go for swimming now.
Have you finished your answer, Arvind? What places are there for swimming where you live?
Um, there are few places around me where I'm living. It's a sport complex in, I guess there's only one place I know that's in sport complex.
Do you think it would be more enjoyable to go swimming outdoors or at an indoor pool?
Well, I think it's more enjoyable at indoor pool because of it's make me more comfortable because of privacy.
Okay, in the last question, okay, this is end of your part 1. Let me come back to the feedback session. In the last question, you said that while I will like I you started with the while I like to because it is more like it gives you a privacy. So you start the while, but when you are using this linking word, you need to also describe about other side of that part. In when I asked how often do you go swimming, no, you just give the one simple sentence. I don't like go swimming. So you need to extend your answer little bit. You don't need to give just answer in one simple sentence. And for fluency purpose, you are hesitating at some time, but you need to work on it, and you need to extend your answers. little bit more, like why you do not go swimming frequently? What is the reason? Either you don't have time, either there are not available pools in your side. So there can be a multiple reason, and you can extend your answer further in that way.
Okay,
Okay, ma'am,
ma'am, I got it.
uh, can you please ask me this question now?
Sure, ma'am. Okay, let me give the little bit feedback. How not feedback. Let me little ask the few questions, like uh, what examiner asks in certain cases even before starting the part one exam. So can you tell me about your name?
My name is Javeria Siddiq. You can call me Javeria.
Can I see your identity card?
Sure.
Okay, I think do you work or study?
Yeah, actually, currently I am a self-learner, and last year I just completed my graduation, and now I have enrolled myself in online data science course, and I am just working in enhancing my skills.
Okay. Do you learn to swim when you were a child?
Well, when during my childhood, I spent a lot of my time in doing the swimming because we have a small pool in our own home. So it was very convenient for me to enjoy swimming always.
I think what you mentioned, what you have in your home,
Yes,
what you mentioned, what you have in your home. One thing I think you something. Are you saying that swimming
swimming
pool?
pool. Yes.
Ah, right. How often do you go swimming now?
Hmm, to be honest, these days I am not doing swimming anymore because my preferences have changed time by time, and additionally, I don't have much time to enjoy swimming as I have other tasks to do for my hobbies.
Do you think it would be more enjoyable to go swimming outdoors or at an indoor pool?
Yeah, I think it varies person to person. Some people uh, would like to go outdoor for swimming uh, because of their personality, like they are feel like extrovert, and some people would like to just enjoy indoor swimming pool. So it overall it is different for different people, and people enjoy in their own ways.
What places are there for swimming where you live?
Yeah, actually, the place where I am living, there are many swimming pool here, and many children and adults also enjoy, especially in the summer uh, season. Uh, and moreover, there actually mostly pool are small, but there is also a particular swimming pool. It is too much large, and everyone have facility to go there.
Alright, so this is end of part one. Okay, I think I didn't find much syllabus in your practice. Well, one thing which I've noticed, sometimes you are using a simple sentence. You need to use mix of simple and complex sentence to achieve some higher bands. Like even you are talking about, I want to go. There's a large swimming pool there, so you can go say that I'm preferring to go the pool which is near by my home, and it is very large. So you can use those simple tense, but you need to make a complex by using the different linking words. And because so this is the one thing that there was some lacking in coherence, you need to I think I forgot that idea what I want to say. I think one sentence I forgot. In that sentence you was describing about like what was the question. Let me think it if I was able to recall it. Swimming
Okay,
you,
ma'am.
I think when you were giving the last answer more enjoyable because you said one thing it vary from person to person, but I think there are the other things which you can describe. I don't know whether it was second or fourth question, but there was a one question in that way. You need to understand coherence means your ideas are linking to the previous sentence, not just using the linking words, but you need to bring a coherence and organize that
Mhm. Yes,
answer.
ma'am.
So these are the thing which you need to work on it. Mm, in one or two time I noticed my preference change. You need to work on grammatical structure at one or certain time. I also noticed one time even I noticed helping verb was missing. So when someone try to start speaking in the beginning days, you will notice that your sentence sometimes don't seem natural or smooth like because we are beginner, but when you will, even same happens in the writing. So when you will speak for a month, then you will notice that the way you were making the sentences has been changed, like they are more better, they more seems natural. Sometimes they are looking weird because we are the beginner. So it will improve when you will practice consistently and try to work on the weakness areas which you found.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I spend a lot of days in speaking, and I almost practice every day. But still, like sometime I think it depends upon topics like swimming. I don't ever think like this topic can be the part of like part one question, and maybe due to thinking about this, it feels like always like I am beginner. But I practice a lot for
No,
speaking.
no, I'm not saying you are a beginner. One thing good was you don't have filler words in your language. Even if you are taking time to think, you are not producing filler words like you are just stopping there instead of using these. So this was a good thing which I have noticed in your speaking. Might be you practice a lot, so that's why you improve. In terms of to score high band, you can make the complex sentence. And sometimes your sentence don't seem they are accurate like, but they are not seem nature, so you can improve it. Like sometimes we are in the early stage we find some issues, but with the passage of time you will improve it. This is the one thing which I have mentioned regarding fluency and coherence. You need to work on coherence, like you need to organize your ideas, like you need to make a connection. You are giving the reason, but make sure the reason is actually right for the previous idea. In terms of fluency, I didn't say anything because it was okay. I didn't notice much syllabus. I think that's the main reason is that you are practicing consistently. So that's the reason. But apart from practicing, you can work on different areas.
Yeah, ma'am, sure. Thank you.
Anyone else who would like to give feedback to Ma'am Javaiya, you are welcome to give it. Anyone who would like to take my test?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to take your
Sure,
test.
then you can take it and you can
Yeah,
start.
yes. So this is the part of this is the speaking part. Oh my God. So this is the start of our test, and I will ask you some question about part one. This question will be the uh, general question about your life. So, ma'am, what is your name?
My name is Arisa Ishfaq. You can call me Arisa. This is what my friends and family members call me.
I'm right. So the topic is swimming, and the first question is: did you learn to swim when you were a child?
To be honest, I didn't teach how to swim when I was 5 year old because this is a skill which is not common in my society, and even they don't find it good to teach children, despite having one dam in my hometown.
And how often do you go swimming now?
I have never went to any swimming pool due to not having enough time, and the other reasons that I don't know how to swim even in a small pool. So that's the reason I am not preferring to go outside. However, in the future, if I will get some time, I will definitely learn this skill.
Mhm. What places are there for swimming where you live?
I'm not sure as I'm not used to going there, but I've heard there are some indoor pool in different uh, homes in my neighborhood. Apart from that, there is a one outdoor pool which is far away from my home where I am living. I think it took 1 hour to reach there. Some of my friends usually go there to perform swimming.
That's great. Do you think it would be more enjoyable to go swimming outdoors or at indoor pool?
I think doing in a doing swimming in a indoor pool provides you privacy and it is good. However, some people are more comfortable to swim in large areas, so that's the reason. But I don't like to do swimming in outdoor pools.
Mm. Yes, ma'am. Mm. Your answer were great, and like the fluency is not shattered, and you always tell me the reason, like why you like, and for every answer. But I have not remembered that in the start of answer, you are using the different fillers like well. And what are the other fillers we can use? Can you please recall me?
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
I do.
You used, to be honest. Yes, I remember.
Okay, to be honest, it's not a filler word. It is a phrase we can use, like we can get, to be honest. These are certain phrases we can use to start the sentence, even we can get some seconds. Filler words is very common. Like filler words are as these are the sound, these are not the language filler words, so we need to avoid it even if we have in our language. So we can take little bit pause when our sentence is completed, but they are not good to be in at the middle of sentences. So I have overcome it over the passage of time. In the initial, I have problem with this. Apart from that, if I talk about the language flavors, many people use the keyword a lot of time. Like you can't address the exam. You know this. I do swimming. I'm busy because I was not. So this is the filler words, language filler words. But you are not going to use after in every sentence, so you also need to avoid it. Apart from that, what
Yes.
filler words, like what we can say, these are not the filler words, these this is the language. Like mm, if usually we can start our answer in part one because we need to give the short answer. We don't need to be give lengthy. We can easily talk about, but sometimes we are lacking ideas in part three, and we need some time to think about it. So what you can do, like you can start your answer like some, but not everyone. You can ask a couple of times, like, can you say that question again, can you repeat that question? So this is the thing which we can take, even if you don't know, and this will give us time. Another thing what we can do, we can use language. This is the tricky question, let me think about it. That's a interesting question. So these are the language words which we can use, but you don't need to take long pauses.
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the feeling. Let me think for a while. Let me think for a moment. That's a good question. I don't know about this, like, but I had to gas like this. So these are the phrases we can use, but not
Okay.
many times, just couple of times. Keep in mind, we can use it just couple of times, one or two, but not. This doesn't happen that you are using these in every question and you are asking examiner to repeat the question every time. So if you are able to understand all of the question and if you have understanding the problem, then we can use to examiner to ask the question for one or two times to repeat the question. Some people don't have problem to understand the question, so what they do, they can ask one or two times to examiner to repeat the question so that they can get the time to think about. This is one way people do. Another way is they use the language phrases like this is a tricky question, let me think about it. So it varies.
Hmm. Yes, ma'am.
um, so can I take your part 2 and part 3 test now?
Yes, ma'am. So should I take your test, ma'am, first?
If you want to give answer first, then it is okay, and if you want to my examiner first, then it is also okay for me.
Okay. So
Do you want my examiner first?
yes, ma'am.
All right, then you can start. Let me open the page to make the notes, and then you can start the 1 minute timer.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, you can start 1 minute timer preparation time, and when it will end, you can inform me so that I can start speaking. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम मिस।
Walaikum assalam.
Ma'am, wait a minute. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
मैडम एक्सक्यूज मी, मैं मेरा ना क्वेश्चन ये था कि मैं ना न्यू इस स्लैक में ना, तो मुझे थोड़ी नॉलेज नहीं है। तो आपका ये जो लेक्चर है ये फर्स्ट डे वाले ही या फिर ये एंड कर रहे हैं आप इस सेशन को?
Okay, this session is basically speaking module. You know what is IELTS exam?
यस आई नो अबाउट दैट।
Yeah. So this is one of the 4 modules, and we are running this session to practice speaking module. So anyone is free to come here and join the practice session. Sometimes we discuss helpful resources and tips that help us to overcome our problems which we are facing.
Okay, ma'am, sorry for that. I'm very poor in English and my speaking and listening power is very weak. So I try to learn something, but I try my best.
Okay, you can come here and I can take your different practice tests. These practices doesn't mean we are giving the mock test. Actually, we are doing the practice by giving the question which comes like an exam. Apart from that, make a habit of listening different podcasts. It's not only improve your speaking but also listening. And even you will help. It will help you to get some vocab. 6 minute BBC English challenge is also good. You can listen. So you can listen any type of podcast which you find fascinates you in English language. So these are not restricted. I hope so you got the idea. And if you want to practice here, then I can take the practice test from you. Like this is not a rigid structure. You are free to speak. We will ask certain type of person, and you need to ask, and then we usually provide feedback based on our experience and knowledge, which can help other participants. But something which we keep in mind while giving the feedback is that we keep in mind the marking criteria of this exam. But if you are a beginner, then you don't need to rigidly focus on that criteria. Initially, you need to just work on to express your thoughts, and if you are able to convey your thoughts, what are in your mind, then I think other things like then you can after that, if you are able to convey easily in another language when the question is asked, then you can focus on other areas, either your uh, speech is clear, and then you can
Uh, Ma'am, sorry for that. I'm disturbing you. If first of all, I'm in a beginner stage, so I can see English videos with English subtitles. It's very good or not?
It is not recommended, and even not myself and many other people also say that same. It is not a good idea to
So
watch different
practice
videos.
places where we can practice our English to improve
I
in
think
a better
when
way.
we are even I don't in the past I used to adopt this strategy, but this is not helpful, and many people recommended this. We don't we need to off the subtitle. Even I am listening to different podcasts, everything, by offering by turning off it, because what's happened when you turn on the subtitles, you are not your attention has been drawn to
Ma'am,
what is
same
written.
situation like me. You are totally true. Some situation like me when I'm on the subtitles of the videos. Uh, I distraction from subtitle.
Yeah, you we got distracted. Like we're more focusing on subtitles, what is written instead of listening. So we are there to improve listen. So if we try to make a habit of reading, so it will not help us to improve listening and speaking. What you
So
need
you,
to
ma'am, you suggested me. I watch podcast of information related on any tech relation
no,
topic.
whatever fascinates you in English, you can watch it. It is not restricted like you watch podcast or something else. Whatever fascinates you, what topic fascinates you, you can listen in that language like English. So one thing you need to say, if you're not understanding, this is not a lecture that if you will, if you're turning off the subtitles and you will not understand it, it is okay. When you will improve it, you will learn some new words. You will listen. Might be you will be able to hear some part of the podcast. If you're not able to understand 100%, even if you're able to understand it 60 to 70%, it is okay. And don't think about it like you are not understanding entire conversation, because this is not the lecture. If we will miss some points, it will hurt it. So you can just turn off the subtitle. If there is a something, there is a word which you want to listen, then you can turn on the subscribing to see that word, but otherwise you can turn off again. So it is better to not turn on it and listen. And
Mm.
when you will expose yourself with different type of podcasts and anything, then you will be able to um, improve in terms of listening, speaking, because for speaking we need input and listening is the input. But it doesn't mean if you will just listen the podcast and you will improve speaking. You need both, like listening and speaking. And what is how listening helps in another way? It helps us how the words are correctly pronounced. So you need to focus on it while listening. You don't need like you are listening and you are doing other activities. You need to listen consciously, like you think how words are pronounced, how some speaker is saying, how they are changing their intonation, like rising and fall of speech, in which words they are doing this. So these are the things, and it will help us to understand the speech, and even the listening part you will get help if you're used to listen it.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your advice. Inshallah, I will try my best to learn something.
Yeah, we are here for practice, and just try to practice it. In if you want, I can take ask couple of questions here, as we have worked on part one, and rest of the participant given the answer for part one. Now we are going to move for part two. For part two, and if you want to ask question for part one, then I can ask you before moving to part two. So, would you like to give answer for part one?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay.
Um,
Manchuria, let me ask the part one question from ceremony. Then we will move to part
Yes,
two.
ma'am.
All
Sure.
right.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
So let's talk
mm,
about one thing you need
Yes.
to keep in mind, I sometimes open the test here because so that everyone can ask a question from each other. But it is, uh, I think from next time on, we will try to adopt the strategy without like opening the test because the real exam we will only be able to see the part two question, not part one and part three. So let's talk about yourself. Can you tell me your name?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Guneet Nair. I'm also doing my bachelor's of computer science from University of the People. So that's simple.
All right, that's great. And what are you doing nowadays? Either you are working or studying.
Yes, ma'am. I'm working as a private company as a sports staff.
Sir, are you still speaking?
Yes, ma'am. I'm said to you, I'm working as a sports staff in a private company.
Yes, I heard this first sentence. Have you said anything after this sentence?
Mm, uh, Tell me again.
You gave me the answer like I am working as a sports staff in XYZ, but after that I didn't hear anything. Have you said anything after this sentence?
No.
All right. So let's talk about swimming. Do you learn to swim when you were a child?
Yes.
All right. You don't need to just say yes. What happened? We need to give the answers and not yes or no in part one. You need to give a couple of sentences to each answer. In the beginning, if you are able to answer one or two sentence, might be you are not able to extend your answer, but with the passage of time, you will know that we need to extend a little bit our answer. But it is okay to give just one or two sentences, but don't give the answer yes, no. This is the language test, and we need to show our language. Like, did you learn to swim when you were a child? Let me answer this question. I
I
didn't.
understood, ma'am.
All right,
Mm,
then you can give the answer again.
Ma'am, when I in my early age, so I tried to learn something about swimming. So, so sorry. I learned moving in the water and how to balance our body in the water.
All right, one thing, it's a good attempt if it is your beginning, but it is okay if you are even in the beginning. If you are lacking idea, stop, keep speaking even for a few seconds. So it will help to bring fluency and try to make a habit of coming. Like you uh, said that you were taught swimming when you was a child. In how you but you have been taught in this film, like you have been taught how to balance yourself while swimming so that you don't become sing in that water. So these are the things we can describe. And another thing, another way is why you were taught swim when you were a child, because you have a passion to.
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the many different things. We have no idea, just we need to make habit of saying in another language.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I hope so. You got the idea. Let me ask the remaining question.
Mm. How often do you go swimming now?
Yeah, I'm asking the question. So, yes, how
Okay,
often
ma'am.
do you go swimming now?
Mm.
If
I go
yes, no
swimming
devices are.
after my working hour. I'm going for swimming.
Okay, is this okay? Sometime you when you said your answer, I think your answer was one line. Something your mic shows that you are speaking, but your voice is not audible. I just
Ma'am, I speak slowly, so you feel I'm very slowly.
No, it is not slowly. It is okay to speak in that way. It's a average speaking pace.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I think first you just give him a sample answer so that he can just get idea like how to give answer because he is just a beginner and he don't know like how to answer. So it will be good for him.
Yes,
Ma'am,
I
I
have
agree
told.
with Miss. Ma'am, I agree with Miss Jewelry is also said slowly.
Yeah. Yes, you can. I have told. Let me say, how often do you go swimming? It depends on either if you go or not. If I say I do not go swimming, even I can say that I have never done swimming. So they can say, how often do you go swimming? I have never doing any type of swimming nowadays because I don't know how to swim, and even I don't have a time to perform these activities in my freedom. I have many other activities to do instead of doing swimming. So these are the different thing. And if someone answering that I go frequently because I enjoy my leisure time while performing these activities. Sometimes I want to swim in a public place with my friends, so that's why I prefer to go in outdoor pool. So these are the different answers depending on either you are going for these activities or not. I hope so you got the idea now.
Yes, ma'am. This simple answer is very helpful for me to answer these questions.
Yeah, because before I think you joined the session. You joined the session late, so that's why. Before that,
Yes, ma'am.
myself, Ma'am Javiya, and Ma'am Laiba also gave the
Ma'am,
answers.
ma'am, you know that today is Jumatul Mubarak, so everybody prayed, offered namaz Juma. So there are very few people in the session. The reason is that.
Yes, or this time also varies from place to place, even in one country as well. So that might be the reason. So
Yes,
let's
ma'am.
move to the next question. Do you think it would be more enjoyable to go swimming outdoors or at an indoor pool?
Yes, ma'am. Sometime.
Okay, you can, as I mentioned, you don't need to say yes or no answer. You need to say a couple of sentences. So try to give the answer, even if you're lacking ideas and you're taking time. Initially, this happens. Sometimes we're not fluent. We're taking some time to think. Even sometimes we stop while giving one sentence answer. So don't be shy. Just keep speaking, even if you are lacking ideas. Try to make a habit of conveying your ideas and thoughts which are in your mind.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, I leave this session because I'm in an office, so I'm working right now. So I leave this session, and next time I will join. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your guidance, and you are very improved my English, and your session is very good. Thank you so much, ma'am.
All right, welcome.
Ma'am, my another question is that this is only one time for IELTS class preparation.
Sorry, sir. Can you ask that question again?
Ma'am, I said to you, is there any other timing for IELTS class or not? Only specific 1 to 2.
Yes, this session is running on this time for more than 5 weeks.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. I will join another day. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Or you can check Slack channel if any other session for our module is going on or not.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Ma'am Javeya, you can start 1 minute timer for part 2.
okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, would you like to answer or should I start?
You need to take a 1 minute timer so that I can prepare because I haven't prepared it previously.
Okay, ma'am. Yes. You have 1 minute time. Ma'am, your time is up and you can start your answer right now.
All right, so I'm going to talk about my friend who recently started, not recently, a long time ago, she started her online business of selling electronic products such as smartphone, mobile phones, as well as home appliances. She initially completed her degree in computer science. However, she was more interested in starting her own business, so that's why she started to sell different kinds of products. Initially, she has the company physically, and she was buying all different equipments as well as parts from different parts of the country, and then assemble it in on company. And this involved many different kinds of products, which I have mentioned here. And after making its in after assembling all those parts, she sell not only in different shops and physical store, but as well as online. So you can say that she has a business in um, different physical, she's selling products to online markets as well as a physical store. So initially she faced many ups and downs in her business, and she even lost many in investing in different companies, and she didn't get any success. But now she is very successful person, and even many business want to do partnership with her. And her home appliances are very durable and good in quality. Moreover, they are good in terms of price. Every low income earner can afford these products, so that's the reason of her success. So you can't say that you can gain the success when you are in your early age. You need to work hard to attain it. Sometimes we face with failures, or we don't need to give up at that time. And if you maintain the consistency, definitely we will be able to achieve our goal. So that's the person I know personally, and I think she is one of the good businesswomen in my society, because previously women are not good in starting businesses in their early careers. So I think she's one of the example, and I sometimes give her business example to other people who want to pursue it in their early stage of professional life.
Okay, that's it, ma'am. And you have spoken almost 3 minutes, and it is good timing for speaking. Ma'am, do you think that we should just keep track our time so that we can conclude our answer within just 2 minutes? Because if we not reach to the conclusion and just examiner will interrupt us, then it can be somehow a negative impact for us.
Yeah, it is a good to come conclusion part. Today I found that I have spoke a lot because you didn't interrupt me, so that's the reason. And when you are speak more than 2 minutes, sometimes we because I am habitual of speaking 2 minutes. So when you are have become speaking more than the one which you are doing in practice, what happen sometimes we try to repeat those ideas, so in that case we are also repeating the same resources, so it is good. But initially if you are not able to convey your ideas, then you what you need to do, you need to make a habit of convey your idea, and if you are able to do it for 2 to 3 minutes, then you will set the timer. But I think it is a good idea. You at least make a 2 minute and 30 seconds, so that around two, but do not make 1 minute like 1 minute 30 seconds. At least 2 minutes are okay.
Yes, ma'am. And your answer, like I appreciate that your answer was quite great. And what I remembered that, ma'am, the word initially is we can say it is a filler word, or like it can be a good impact for our answer.
Teachers,
Initially,
no, it's not a filler. Filler words is is a filler word, and you can't say the exam. But if you are using the same word again and again, again and again, even if it is a cohesive device, it's mean you are overusing that word.
hmm. Okay.
So it also shows that we don't have lexical resources, so that's why we are also repeating that word. So
Mhm.
if you have do you have any feedback?
Yes, ma'am. Like your fluency is quite good. I can notice it, and the grammatical, there is no grammatical mistake that I can notice. And but you can just use instead of physical business, you can use other vocab for this, like online business. And my friend also have retailer shop. Uh, I think we should use other words instead of physical business. You should search about this.
Yeah, it. I think I said physical market. It shouldn't be like yeah, physical business. It's not the word business is different. We can say that online store retailers like your physical market. I will like describing both things in terms of online and
Hmm.
physical shops, like different stores,
Yeah.
supermarkets, like you can say that. And even you can
Yes.
say he has a big mall where she's selling all these products. So I try to talk about two different things, like both online and as well as physical markets. So that's why I think I sometimes might be I mix it. So I think it's better to focus on just one idea. So this is
Hmm.
our recommended for part three question. If we try to um, give answers for like if we are asked to describe about reason, and if you're giving multiple and not extended, it makes confusion, and sometimes we are unable to develop it. And if you are focusing on just one idea, it is also better.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, we have time, or just it will be on to 2 p.m.
No, time is ended. Just 1 minute left for 2 p.m. and then we need to conclude. I think we can continue on Monday
Okay,
again.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Uh,
One thing I want to ask before ending the session, what about syllabus? Have you noticed it?
like you're asking me that what filler word you have used in your answer.
No, I have used it or not.
Mm,
I'm
to
seeing.
be honest, I did not remember exactly, like, are you
No,
using the filler word or not?
no, I'm not talking about specifically like the one as these are the
Yes.
sounds. Am I was
And
producing while answering?
no,
Have you noticed
ma'am,
it?
your fluency was quite good, and you are not like doing and yes, that's why the reason that you don't need too much filler words for your speaking. like in the part second, you just perform very well.
All right, because I think you didn't stop me. Sometime I found that I was liking ideas, so sometime I noticed that something I have repeated, it is better to not repeat. And thank you for your feedback. I will definitely appreciate it for taking this, and we will continue our practice again on Monday.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.